What if I told you a soundbar barely 3 feet long could make your living room sound like an actual cinema? Not simulated, not exaggerated, but real Dolby Atmos that you feel in your chest. No bulky receiver, no jungle of cables. Just one sleek, compact bar that turns your space into an experience. That's the promise of the Bluesound Pulse Cinema Mini, the smaller sibling of the award-winning Pulse Cinema. It's built to deliver cinematic immersion, high-res music streaming, and audiophile precision in a size that fits anywhere. At 33 inches wide and 280 watts of pure system power, this isn't a mini by performance, only by footprint. But can something this compact actually replace a full home theater setup? Let's find out. The first impression is unmistakably Bluesound, minimalist, clean, and purposeful. The Pulse Cinema Mini borrows its design language directly from the larger model, a low-profile aluminum body wrapped in a tonal weave grille. Every curve feels deliberate, every joint is flush. At 33 inches, it pairs beautifully with TVs in the 43 to 55-inch range. On a desk, it looks composed. Beneath a wall-mounted TV, it blends naturally, like it belongs there. Physical controls are discreet. Touch-sensitive volume and function keys, with a narrow LED strip that gently glows to indicate status. No flashy lights, no gimmicks. Turn it around and you'll find the same thoughtful connectivity as its larger counterpart. HDMI eARC, optical in, analog RCA, subwoofer out, Ethernet, and Wi-Fi. It even includes the wall mount bracket in the box, a small touch that makes a big difference for homeowners who care about aesthetics. Bluesound didn't cut corners here. The Mini feels dense, premium, and intentionally built for permanence, not just a gadget you'll upgrade in a year. Lift the grille, and you'll discover why this soundbar punches above its class. Inside are 8 custom-engineered drivers, including dual 4-inch woofers, dedicated center tweeters, and 2 up-firing height speakers for Dolby Atmos. The driver layout forms a 3.2.2 configuration, mirroring the acoustic logic of the flagship, but scaled for medium spaces. Total amplification, 280 watts, delivered through individually tuned Class D amplifiers for each driver. Processing is handled by Bluesound's 32-bit DSP, which calibrates the entire array for coherence and realism. It supports Dolby Atmos decoding, Dolby Digital, and BluOS high-res streaming up to 24-bit by 192 kHz, with MQA, aptX, HD, and AirPlay 2 on board. And like all Bluesound gear, it syncs seamlessly with the BluOS ecosystem, letting you group rooms, stream from any major platform, and even integrate with NAD components for multi-zone setups. No receiver, no separate amp. Everything is built in. That's the magic of the Mini. Setup takes minutes. Connect a single HDMI eARC cable to your TV, plug in power, and open the BluOS app. The app instantly detects the bar, updates firmware if needed, and walks you through Wi-Fi pairing. If you prefer a wired connection, Ethernet ensures low latency performance for high bitrate audio streams. For users who live in smaller apartments or shared spaces, the late night mode helps compress dynamics while preserving detail, a subtle but thoughtful feature. And because it uses automatic orientation detection, the Mini adjusts its DSP whether you place it on a console or mount it on a wall. You can control it via the BluOS app, your TV remote through HDMI CEC, or voice assistants integrated through your phone's AirPlay or Alexa Bridge. The interface is clean, predictable, and reliable. 3 words rarely said about most smart audio setups. Here's where the Pulse Cinema Mini stops being mini. Fire up a Dolby Atmos title, say Dune Part 2 or Top Gun Maverick, and the soundstage expands beyond its size. Dialogue anchors dead center, effects pan smoothly, and those up-firing drivers give a convincing sense of height. You won't confuse it with a discrete 5.1.4 system, but it gets remarkably close, especially considering it's a single chassis. Bass response is tight and disciplined. The dual woofers dig surprisingly deep, handling low-frequency rumbles and music scores with control. For those who crave sub-bass impact, the Bluesound Sub Plus pairs wirelessly and transforms the experience into true, full-range cinema. Switch to gaming mode, and latency drops to imperceptible levels thanks to HDMI eARC's low-delay path. Footsteps, gunfire, and ambient effects are precisely placed, enhancing spatial awareness without overprocessing. But Bluesound's heart has always been music, and that's where the Mini really shines. Streaming 24-bit FLAC or MQA tracks via BluOS or Tidal Masters, you hear clean separation, detailed mids, and an airy treble that feels more hi-fi than home theater. Vocals stay intimate, acoustic textures remain alive. In music mode, the soundbar relaxes its dynamic compression and widens the stereo field, creating the illusion of a larger pair of speakers. Switch back to movie mode, and it tightens for cinematic impact. This versatility, moving from serious movie playback to refined to channel listening, is where the Pulse Cinema Mini truly earns its badge. At roughly $999, the Pulse Cinema Mini occupies an interesting middle ground between mainstream smart soundbars and true audiophile setups. Against the Sonos Beam Gen 2, Bluesound's Mini wins on pure audio fidelity. The Beam offers smart features and virtual Atmos, but not the same physical height drivers or high-res playback. The Bose Smart Ultra soundbar delivers impressive voice control and adaptive modes, but lacks the raw headroom of the Mini's 280-watt system and omits MQA and 24-bit support. Then there's Yamaha's YSP5600, larger and more expensive, delivering wide dispersion but requiring calibration and space. The Mini, in contrast, is plug-and-play with zero clutter. Even Sony's HTA3000, a close competitor in size and price, leans more cinematic than musical. The Bluesound bridges both. It's as comfortable streaming a high-res jazz album as it is decoding a Dolby Atmos film. So, where does that place it? In short, if you care more about audio quality and ecosystem integration than voice assistant flash, the Pulse Cinema Mini stands nearly unmatched. Picture this. You come home, drop your keys, and hit play on your favorite Spotify or Tidal playlist. Within seconds, the room fills with crisp and balanced sound. No remotes, no switches. Later, you watch a movie. Same soundbar, now firing Atmos height effects into your ceiling. Your living room looks uncluttered, your console clean. This is where Bluesound's philosophy comes alive. Audiophile quality made invisible. The Mini's compact footprint makes it perfect for apartments, bedrooms, office theaters, or secondary rooms where a full AV setup is overkill. If you later decide to expand, BluOS makes it effortless. Add a Sub Plus or pair Flex 2i speakers as wireless surrounds. Your system evolves with you rather than forcing replacement. It's the minimalist dream. Clean lines, deep sound, zero fuss. Under the hood, Bluesound's engineering stands apart from the usual consumer-grade soundbar logic. Each driver is powered by discrete amplification, ensuring consistent current delivery across the frequency band. The DSP uses multi-band dynamic equalization, adjusting crossover and time alignment in real time based on volume and content type. In practice, that means quiet dialogue scenes remain clear, while explosions or crescendos never distort. It's what separates loud from good. High-res playback over BluOS supports nearly every format: FLAC, WAV, MQA, AAC, MP3, and even direct NAS streaming. You can integrate it with Roon, Amazon Music HD, or Qobuz, making it as much a hi-fi streamer as a soundbar. And because it operates on the BluOS 3.0 platform, it's firmware ready for future formats and features: multi-channel decoding, voice control extensions, and expanded multi-room syncing. It's rare to find a compact bar that's as forward-looking as this one. Of course, perfection has limits. First, price. While cheaper than the flagship Pulse Cinema, the Mini still sits above most mainstream models. Second, bass depth. Without the Sub Plus, you won't get Sub 30 Hz extension, though its tuning keeps mid-bass firm and articulate. And third, the height drivers, while impressive, depend heavily on your room's ceiling height and material. Low or irregular ceilings may reduce the vertical Atmos illusion. And lastly, no built-in voice assistant, a deliberate omission to preserve acoustic purity and privacy. You can still use assistants via your phone or connected ecosystem, but the bar itself remains silent until it's supposed to speak through sound. These aren't deal breakers, they're trade-offs, conscious decisions made to serve fidelity over flash. The Pulse Cinema Mini is for a very specific kind of listener: apartment dwellers who want true Atmos without dedicating a wall of space, music lovers who value clarity and detail as much as cinematic power, minimalists who hate clutter but love immersion, existing BluOS users who want seamless multi-room expansion. It's not for those chasing voice assistant convenience or lowest cost alternatives. It's for people who want their home sound system to feel intentional, like an extension of design and lifestyle. If the full-size Pulse Cinema is the statement piece for large living rooms, the Mini is its refined echo. Smaller, more personal, but carrying the same DNA. After weeks of listening, one truth stands out. The Pulse Cinema Mini doesn't try to impress through volume. It impresses through balance. Every note, every detail, every dialogue line feels calibrated, not exaggerated. In an era where most soundbars chase specs, Bluesound chases feel, that intangible realism that makes sound breathe. Strengths: premium build with minimalist elegance, Dolby Atmos with real up-firing drivers, 280 watts of clean Class D amplification, high-res audio and MQA streaming via BluOS, expandable wireless ecosystem,
superb clarity for both movies and music. Weaknesses: price higher than mainstream rivals, limited ultra-low bass without SUV+, height performance depends on room acoustics. Overall grades: performance A+, build-in design A, music to movie versatility A, value B+. The Bluesound Pulse Cinema Mini delivers big sound from small form, redefining what a compact Atmos bar can achieve. If you want receiver-free immersion with true audiophile nuance and a setup that looks as good as it sounds, this is your answer. So, would you spend $1,000 on a compact Dolby Atmos bar that promises both fidelity and freedom? Tell me your thoughts below. What's your current setup, and do you prioritize sound quality or simplicity? If this review helped you decide, hit that like button. It genuinely supports the channel. Subscribe for more real-world soundbar reviews, comparisons, and high-res deep dives. Until next time, enjoy your movies, enjoy your music, and let the sound fill your space.